So, how do you like me as a captain's hat? Pretty classy, wouldn't you say? Now then, where were we? That monster's name is Bowser. Well, we'll chase him down in no time in the Odyssey. Seeing as we've got some time to kill, let's review some useful skills. Travel tip, ground pound. Just mash blocks or enemies below you or to flatten out bumps on the ground, nothing beats a ground pound. Press Z in midair to do a ground pound and pulverize with your posterior. Well, there it is. If you need some more review, you might want to look at the accent guide. Bleh, I cannot read apparently. So this right here would give you all you'll need for the tutorials throughout the games and things like that. You have your controls, basic accents, capture accents, and a bonus travel. And so we're going to look at this real quick because it's going to be kind of like a compendium for all the capture abilities we'll see throughout the game. There's a lot more than this, so we'll be checking this out every now and then. Probably, I don't know. But we definitely will be capturing everything that we can in our adventure. It's always there for your perusal. I don't know what that means. Just open the menu with the plus button and select the accent guide. We should discuss the Sand Kingdom too. As you've no doubt to piece together, it is entirely covered in sand. And as you can imagine, it gets quite hot. There's some ruins there, and an artifact called the Binding Band that links people forever, like a wedding ring. And this Bowser seems like just the sort of creep that would steal a priceless antiquity for a sham wedding. Huzzah! I declare the main voyage of the Odyssey a complete success. Why is it so cold? I thought deserts were supposed to be hot. Huh? The top of the tower is shining, but how could that be? Could it be a power moon? And we're now inside the Sand Kingdom, and it's pretty interesting because kind of like the desert in Breath of the Wild, this one's cold. And it's interesting. This is like a very clever design because deserts, believe it or not, can actually get cold at night. So it's pretty interesting. I'm getting very repetitive with my sentences now. Yay! So there's going to be some ice all over the ground, and we have these guys we can talk to. So this is so cold. Everything just froze all of a sudden. Ooh, welcome to our shop. And now we're going inside this store. This is Crazy Cap. We accept two kinds of coins. Coins and coins. You can use coins anywhere, but coins only right here. So we have a life apart, and we also have a power moon we could purchase. We will be doing a little bit later. These outfits we can find in any Crazy Cap store. So if we go over here and we can talk to this person. These ones are going to be only available in the actual region itself. So if we were to go to the Cascade Kingdom right now and go to the Crazy Cap store, I cannot talk right now. Crazy Cap store. These won't be available over there. But without further ado, we're going to ignore all of this and continue onward. Actually, well, we don't have any original coins anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So let's continue onwards on our adventure. And, fun fact, well, let's talk to you first. Our kingdom froze when that strange couple got here. Why did they do this? I know, it was all Peach's fault. I saw the craziest couple come racing past on their way to the ruins. I figured they're still out that way. Look, Bowser's footprints. Wait over this way, and there's going to be a couple more of these micro Goombas over here. And there's a sign. Oh, never mind. I thought there was a sign over there, but no. I'm just seeing things. We go over the Telstar Arena Ruins entrance. And a fun fact, this was the first part of the game that we ever saw from the public and things like that. So when the Nintendo Switch had its very first trailer, we saw this gameplay clip of the game. We didn't know what it was at the time. All we knew was it was Mario, and he could jump, and there was a desert town. We didn't know how it was going to play. We didn't know if it would be more like Super Mario 3D World or anything like that, with the fixed camera angles and things like that. A lot of people, myself included, speculated that it would be a bit more of an open game design. And I'm really thankful that it was, because as much fun as 3D Land and 3D World were, they definitely had their limitations, which kind of... I don't want to say made the games less fun and things like that, but I think this game definitely has like a superior game style compared to those ones. So that's my personal preference. I really love this game. This is my favorite 3D Mario game after all, so... And now we destroyed the Bullet Bell. How could we? We're terrible people. So let's go over this way. And we'll get our next Power Moon. So this is a trend we're going to see all across our adventure, because we're going to see Power Moons everywhere. They're going to be like 5 dozen or so at any given point and things like that. I might be exaggerating when I say that, but yeah, this is kind of like a great blend of games you'd expect from like a home console compared to a handheld game. Because you have the open world design of a home console game, but you can get so much done quickly like a handheld game. It's a very great blend of the two, and this game actually played a big role in the creation of the Nintendo Switch itself, similar to how Mario 64 helped pave the way to what made the Nintendo 64 the way it was. Yeah, Mario games kind of do that a lot, because they also did that with like Galaxy as well, and ow no, that hurt my feelings and the rest of my body. These original coins are only good in this kingdom. So those original coins right there, that's going to be something that's going to be pretty unique to this game. Because, like Happy said, they're pretty much only good in this kingdom. So what I plan on doing is, after we complete all the story progress of the kingdom, what we'll be doing is that we'll have a video that included in it, but not the main focus of it. There will be like a large montage of showcasing where all the original coins are going to be located at in the world. And that's going to be pretty fun for you, and pretty useful as a walkthrough if anybody needs it. And it's going to be a big pain in the butt for me who has to edit it. So yay, I like making my job harder on myself, even though I don't actually get paid to make these videos. So we go up here on the toppy tip of this structure. We got some cacti over here, and cacti are still like one of the coolest plants in existence, because like, honestly, cacti are just so cool. Because like, they're pointy, so they can just like stand up for themselves, everybody messes with them, but they also look awesome. And I really do appreciate that this game doesn't have like the traditional look for a cactus, because you normally like associate them with like having like the 3 branches, but they actually come in a lot more variety than that. It's pretty interesting. Some of them can have like 10 branches, some of them can have 1, and yeah, I just love cactus. Okay, we can go over this way. This area is just so cool because it like combines the idea of like Super Mario Brothers with going to the wall, like in the Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds. It is so clever. So if we were to continue this way, I believe there's something over here. Yes, there is. There is another Power Moon. Secret of the Mural. So something worth mentioning is that there are going to be a lot more Power Moons that are readily available to us right now. If we collected this one right here, there's going to be a lot more that will be open up to us. So what I'm going to be doing is that when we do collect a Power Moon, if it does have some kind of limitation, like it requires a certain Power Moon to be collected first before we can have access to it, there will be a note on screen. Otherwise, just assume that that Power Moon can be collected from the start. Moon shards in the sand. Moon shards in the sand. I just can't help but think of like sandcastles in the sand when I hear that. Like, I don't know how many people watching this video have watched How I Met Your Mother, but that's something that I always think about. So now we'll be going over this way, and ooh, this looks shiny and undangerous. Oh no, it is dangerous. Oh no, whatever are we going to do? We can go over this way, and we can collect some more regional coins, and they're very purple. I like purple. Purple is a manly color. We're men in tights. We go around the forest looking for fights. We're men in tights. I sing the song way too much in videos, but I love Robin Hood, Man in Tights, 'cause it's a very funny movie. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and even I don't know where it's going. Moai Habitat. So there are going to be these moon shards around the area. You could think of them as like the silver stars from Super Mario Galaxy, if you will. After we capture this guy, we get some sunglasses. Yeah, we're super epic. Yeah, we're super epic. When you have the sunglasses on, your movement will be a lot more slower than usual, but the nice thing about this area is that we don't actually need to have these guys with us to be able to go across the area. And it's a really cool effect to having the water, like the poison water, still move around and things like that. It is really cool. If you don't want to use the moais or anything like that, then the birds will usually also be standing on those platforms as well. So you don't have to worry about that. Oh no! Remember, do what I say, not what I do. I never follow my own advice in these videos. You should know this by now. I've been doing this for 10 years. Okay, I've kind of noticed that whenever I reach like a milestone in like how long I've been making videos, I kind of like bring it up a lot shortly afterwards. Because I did this the past 2 years as well, talking about how it's been like 8 years and 9 years since I started making videos, and now it's been 10 years. It's kind of funny because I was 14 years old when like I started making videos, and Chuck and Conroy reached his 14th anniversary of making videos. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing that makes me feel super old and things like that. And it's also weird because I realized the other day that I'm older than Google because Google was founded in 1998 and I was born in 1997. Yay, I'm old. How's that song go in SpongeBob where he's like, "You're old" or something like that? I don't know. That episode isn't available on Amazon Prime anymore, and it makes me sad. I totally understand the reason why, but still, like with all the banned SpongeBob episodes you can ban, why that one? There's like way worse stuff in other episodes. And now that we've collected all the moon shards in this area, this is what I really like about this game, because like you have areas like this that it's all connected, but you also have like self-contained areas that kind of feel like their own little mini levels, and that's exactly what this area right here feels like. It's kind of like Wind Waker in that way, because you have different islands across the ocean and things like that, but when you're sailing between them, it all feels connected. It's kind of like that, but like on a much smaller scale. Showdown on the inverted pyramid. Can we talk about how cool the inverted pyramid is? I mean, that is just so cool. This game is bursting with creativity. I love it so much. It's a really nice change of pace from recent Mario games of this time, because as great as they were, they also kind of feel like they were being held back by like creative limitations, especially with Paper Mario and things like that, which is really, really unfortunate. If we were to go over here, I believe, maybe. Okay, maybe not. This might be something that becomes available to us later. Okay, I know those are important for something, but I don't remember exactly what triggers them. Also, there's a couple levels within that door if you want to go in there right now. We're not going to be doing that because I don't feel like it. And also, anybody who's played the post-game of Super Mario Odyssey, and you played a certain mode, that building might become like way too familiar for you, so I apologize if I brought back traumatic memories. Actually, I have no apologies at all because I liked that part of the post-game. But that's for much later. I want to go back real quick because there was a guy there that I wanted to talk to. Did Mario have his hands back behind him like he was singing like a Naruto run or something like that? I know he does that occasionally, but I didn't expect him to go downstairs. I saw a weird couple going to the pyramid. I think they're going to see our celebrated binding band. Bit of a fun fact, the binding band was originally supposed to be called the wedding ring in this game, but the name was changed because it's weird because the name was changed to avoid references to like religious ideas and things like that, but they still compare it to a wedding ring. Like Abby still compares it to a wedding ring, so it's kind of weird. But anyway, now we're going over this way, and it's also kind of amusing because like I was a wedding officiant for the longest time before like I started working on the Days of College program, so it's kind of no. There we go. I'm very scatterbrained right now. I apologize for that. So if we go up here and we're actually able to jump properly, we can go over this way. Now watch out for the bullet bills because they are not going to be your best friends forever. It's the best friends forever. Best friends forever. Ring! Also, that down there is instantaneous death. And instantaneous death is not very pleasant. Actually, it would be more pleasant compared to like a slow death or whatever. Which would be better, honestly, because like instantaneous death, you wouldn't be able to see it coming, but then it would happen quicker, but then you'd still be dead. But like slow death, you'd know it was coming and it might be more painful. Like, yeah, instant death would be better. Why am I talking about something so gruesome in a Mario game? I probably shouldn't do that. But anyway, now I go over here, and there's going to be another power moon. And going back to what I was saying earlier about the thing with the post game, yeah, this area right here is also going to be something you might see a bit too much if you played that part of the post game. Why am I talking about the post game so much in episode 2? We probably shouldn't do that. Also, running around the inverted pyramid upside down, that's like all kinds of awesome. And as you can see, the bullet bill leaving the area goes back into 3D, and that's pretty interesting. Now, you can normally destroy these things. You can also go over here and use Cappy to bounce on that. But we still need the build. Actually, do we need the bullet bill? I'm genuinely curious about this right now. Can we make that without the bullet bill? Okay. Jump! Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are super epic. Yeah. That's the way that we're intended to do this, but I want to go back over here because I think we do still need the bullet bill for something else. Thank goodness this game doesn't have a life counter, otherwise we'd get game overs very quickly from me goofing off. Alright, now let's do this the way you're supposed to. I believe there's a power moon over here. No, that's just a stupid heart thing. Well, fine then. I didn't want to do this the way you were supposed to anyway. You see what I mean about the game's movement options being so much fun to control? Because I got the biggest grin on my face as we're jumping across this area. It just feels so good to control Mario in this game. That's a sign of a great 3D platformer. And that's actually what made the Spyro the Dragon developers feel like they were on the right track when they were making that game. And they realized that just how fun it was to control Spyro. So that's a pretty fun little development tidbit. Looking for the Binding Bane chumps? Too bad. The boss has it now. And you guys aren't invited to the wedding. And now we're to be facing the next brutal, Harriet. I love her name, and she's so cute. She's my favorite of the brutals. Alright, so we want to do, eventually, still have the evil spiky ball of doom and destruction and death. You want to use your hat to throw her back at her, and then quickly jump on her head. Yeah, you want to be careful about this because this can be pretty difficult to deal with, but one thing you do, you can avoid this if you need to, but you can also, if you're also quick enough, you can also have the spiky balls of doom and destruction and death thrown back at the head when she's flying around like that. It's a little tricky to pull off, but once you figure out where she's trying to go, it becomes a lot more easier. You can also knock these back over towards her as well, so that's going to be pretty useful. Hey, you get back here. You get back here. You get back here. You get back here. Yeah, you can stun her with the Thorn Cappy as well. Watch out for that. Come on. Yay! Okay, we got this. We got it. We so got it. Maybe not. That brutal slows us down a bit, but we're still racking up power moons. How odd. The inverted pyramid is floating. It's gotten so much colder. Is this more that Bowser's doing? I say, he does make trouble, doesn't he? We'll be saving that for a little bit later in our adventure, however. It's not quite going to be enough to move onwards. But we can go back into previous kingdoms, and there's more stuff for us to do now. So we're going to put a pause on story progress right now. And the next couple episodes are going to be backtracking to finish off everything else in these kingdoms we can take care of. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Super Mario Odyssey. In the next episode, we're going to return to the Cap Kingdom to finish off everything over there. And the camera's out centered, which means that Mario will get recovered by the end screen buttons. There we go. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Super Mario Odyssey. Until next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.